In solo leveling, after the Monarch of Fangs skewered Drippy Woo in the back before he could even attack, the Frost Monarch came up to him asking if this was his limit as a human, saying that if that was the case, he wouldn't be able to witness the day their army sets foot onto this world. And when that day came, they would erect mountains with human corpses and forge rivers from their blood. Everything he was saying was being broadcast across the world, as he said that he had a different plan for the country he was born and raised in. He would freeze every single human in the country and make them suffer for eternity. They would live forever as beings that were neither dead nor alive. The Frost Monarch then told him to show him his endless hatred from the clutches of death, since that too would bring him joy. Is this a reasonable crash out? And as Drippy Woo began to freeze on the brink of death, he thought to himself, just a little more, thinking that he would somehow make it out of here alive. Though unfortunately, the system stated that the player's HP had reached 0 and the player had died. But the panel suddenly became distorted as the system identified that the player possessed the Black Heart and that he had now met all requirements needed for the passive skill Unknown. This ability was previously unusable by the player until now. The system then stated that the skill Unknown was now activated. The skill recorded in the system then started to glow even brighter as a golden light engulfed the entire screen, and then suddenly, Drippy Woo had awakened. He quickly jolted out of the bed, grasping his heart as he gasped for air extensively. He then started to remember the events that happened just before, as he was fatally injured battling against the Monarchs. He then questioned if it was all a dream. Could all of that really have been a dream, though? Rizzy Woo looked upwards, then turned to look outside the window, making him question if he was at the hospital, thinking that he was just stabbed in the heart by that ice dagger, and yet he was still alive. Woo Jinchul and an agent then stepped into the room, asking if Drippy Woo had come to his senses. He then addressed him as Chairman Woo, confused at what was going on, asking him what happened to the monsters he was fighting and how he was still even alive. But Jinchul, confused, questioned what in the world he was talking about.